Hi Ennis, there's my Shelby right there. I thought I'd show that to you real fast. Here's your LTD. That's my truck. I'll show you the LTD later. For right now I wanted to show you the Pontiac on a video. Take you for a quick walk around it. Can't really see very good. My screen's not showing that great, but right here, I'm gonna get a little closer for you right here. Hope you're seeing this okay. But see, this stuff it's still pretty solid. I mean, it's got rust on it, but I'm not sure. Doesn't look like it's ever been repaired necessarily. All the wheel wells are solid. That could probably use a little bit of attention, but even that's not too bad right there. If you're going to fix the quarter panel anyway, you're going to end up fixing that. As you see, the paint's a little thin on top. There's no rust in the drip rails. All the glass is good. There's certain portions that may look like this car may have been touched up or painted at some time. On certain portions of it, the car looks fantastic. So here you go. There's a T-37. There's the wheel. All the trim rings are on the car. If it was me, I would probably get new trim rings, but you can always do that later down the line. Nothing wrong with the front end. Except for, actually right there's a little piece where that's going to have some attention made to it. Otherwise it's pretty solid. See, there's nothing wrong with the panels here. That looks pretty good. The normal, obviously, chips and dings on it, but it's an old car, so that's what it's going to do. This quarter panel over here is actually pretty good. It's got a little bit of rust right there, but nothing major. The biggest part is going to probably be right here. Open the trunk for you. Everything that's kind of in here is what was in the car, so I'm going to leave it in here. I haven't even looked to see what this stuff is. Oh, it's an air cleaner. That stays with the car. If you look right here, the panels are all good. It looks like a little bit of surface rust, but honestly, nothing major. There's a little bit of rust back in there. A little bit back in here, but gosh, it's so minor. Over here is a little bit of surface rust. You can probably see that. It's just surface rust, though. It's not rust. Everything's solid in the back of the trunk. So there's the jack. It's got a flat spare tire. Looks like valve cover gaskets there. I'm not sure if it goes for this car. I'll look at that again. The weather stripping, I mean, it's original. You may contemplate replacing this, especially down in here. This little bit right here is not so great, but it closes solid. Back here on the rail, can't really see what it's doing. I'm sure the sun's just beating the crap out of that, so that's probably have to be replaced. You can probably get those or have one made. All that is that little thin particle board. And then, wrong key. It looks like I'm still using the wrong key. Alright, well, that's not working. So the windshield wipers, they're going to have to be replaced. You know, if you want me to go get stuff like that and throw it in, but I'm sure you have access to that kind of stuff. all these little seals, even the little stuff is still inside there. So, I mean, this car just needs a really good cleaning, and if it was mine, it would already be that way, but I'm not going to clean it up when I know it's going to sit on a truck for a couple of months. So let's see if this works on the other side. No problem. Has a good smell in here. I haven't really noticed that actually. Oh, I forgot it's outside. So it smells like an old car. This grill seems to be a little loose. There's a little surface rust right here, but that'll clean up. I'm sure you'll probably spray paint that if you want to make it look really nice. I mean, this engine just really needs a good cleaning, really. Cover it all off with plastic and then maybe repaint all the black stuff on it. Here's the ignition system on it. I don't know anything about that. We're gonna fire it up here for the first time today. Something's going on right here. I think that's the overflow bottle. That doesn't look like that's set up correctly. But it looks like it has all new hoses. The belts all look good. It's got a little filter, and it's got the brand new, it looks like brand new spark plug wires. Battery looks okay. I mean, we'll see if it starts, but somebody's taking care to make sure that it's all put together correctly. This is really a nice car, and I think you're going to be really happy with it. Let me open this up, see what's going on in here. I haven't done any of this stuff. It's got water in the radiator. It could probably use a little bit, and the color of it's like a reddy, so it's obviously coolant. And it didn't seem like it had any hard start issues or anything, but it probably could use some coolant. Hood closes easy and nice. Now let's see if it just starts right up. I haven't started it since yesterday. And here's that air conditioner. I tell you, it's kind of in the way. I'd pull it out. This is definitely an aftermarket. It's an old Montgomery Ward Supreme series. It's got a crack on the dashboard. The headliner's in good shape. And it's got a little bit of issue back there, but that's just age, some of that. I'm not positive that this is new or been redone. It's definitely period correct in regards to the way the interior is. I'd probably pull that out and turn that all black, but here's the glove box, and it seems to be just a tad loose. I can't tell what part it is. I don't want to mess with it and make it worse, so I'm gonna leave it alone. But it definitely has to be, something has to be done to it. And as I mentioned to you, the floors are like that rubber stuff. I think it's got a little exhaust leak. This thing definitely can't breathe. This thing needs left money on the ground. This thing definitely needs to have the exhaust opened up. I would put dual exhaust on it right away. It's just the motor is just being stifled. Hold on a second. And after all that, there's no smoke or anything like that. This thing's definitely a good car. For the money, you know, depending on what you do with it, I think you stole it. I wish I was keeping it. But you may have a problem with that door over there. Let me see if it opens. It opens by pulling it, obviously, and the door opens. So it doesn't seem to like the key. Everything is really nice in this car. It says 57,288 miles, so that'll be your marker. I won't be driving this car as it doesn't have any plates on it. This car to me feels like it just needs to be driven. I'd change all the oil, maybe check some spark plugs, turn it off, fires right back up. So there you go, brother. I'm kind of jealous of this one, but I couldn't afford to keep it because I got too much going on. But this is a really nice car. I think you're gonna be really happy with it. And I even think, you know, if you hear how the doors close, they close real solid. The gapping to me looks a little weird right here. It just might be, you might need to adjust the trunk. Here's that little damage right there that I told you, and the light's cracked right there. So those aren't cheap. I didn't realize that. So I mean, you know, I thought they'd be a little less expensive. See, this one's got a little crack in it right there, but they work. You know, it's definitely, if you want vintage, this is definitely vintage. And this thing has such potential. It's unbelievable the potential this has. So, you know, it kind of makes me think this had some kind of repaint done to it or something at one time, because it's really nice paint on this fender, or maybe they just repaired this fender and then the hood's oxidized. But even this hood, if you really spend some time with it and you got a good polisher, you could make that look 50 times better. All right, my friend, well, I'll show you a video when she's leaving. See ya.